Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
Election Day is finally here. We'll be bringing you team coverage throughout the evening. Katie Opperly as well as Courtney Lockie will both be joining us in this newscast. Polls close in just 3 hours, and if you haven't cast your vote yet, you can visit any of the 6 polling locations in Fargo. Katie Opperly joins us live from one of those voting locations, the Fargo Civic Center. Hey, Katie.
Hi, Callie. Yes, I am at the Fargo Civic Center. This is just one of those polling locations in Fargo, as you said. Right now in the Fargo Civic Center, it is a rather calm feeling. There's not a lot going on. There's just a handful of voters here at this time, and there is currently no wait to vote. We are told that for the Fargo Civic Center today, about 700 people have come out, which is the largest number that they have seen in a single day. We're also told that the majority of people are using the express vote, which is completely electronic. We are said that we are interested to see that as the day goes on and the work day comes to a close, of how many more voters will be coming out to this area. So we will continue to monitor that through the evening until they close at 7 o'clock. But for now, reporting live in Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you so much, Katie, for that live report. And a jury has found a Fargo man guilty of killing his father 2 years ago. 37-year-old Christopher Riley now faces life in prison. On September 21st, 2018, Riley was called 911 saying his father shot himself in the head. The medical examiner said that the wound was not likely self-inflicted. And a man is in jail after a fight that ended with another man unconscious on the ground. The Kittson County Sheriff's Department got a call to Carlstead just after midnight on Monday. A deputy found the victim on the ground and the suspect standing over him. Deputies say 25-year-old Levi Unberg of Kennedy, Minnesota hit the victim in the face after Unberg's Trump t-shirt was ripped. He was arrested for assault and DWI. And police in Vermillion, South Dakota are investigating the suspicious death of a 1-year-old boy. Police responded to a call about a child not breathing. Once on scene, they found the child was dead. No other details have been released. As a chaotic and unprecedented election season wraps up, President Trump and former Vice President Biden are both hoping for a victory. We'll have the latest from the presidential campaigns coming up. And that wraps up today's Top Forward 4. Now let's get a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hey, Hutch.
On this election day, and no weather woes as we take a look across the region. Temperatures are in the 60s to near 70 from the Red River and points west. Look at Jamestown. Wow. Bemidji joining the fun, near 70 there as well. Some of the coolest weather in Detroit Lakes in the low 60s. Wind, well, it's been a little breezy in our western counties, 15 to 20 mile per hour, and it's quiet on the satellite and radar. Tonight, if you're heading out to the polls or just getting outdoors, temperatures will stay lovely till just after sunset, then we'll cool back into the 40s for the majority of the evening as our wind quiets down. I'll have details on a hiccup in your midweek forecast, and we'll look ahead toward that 7-day planner and the weekend ahead here in just a moment.
All right, thank you so much, Hutch. And President Donald Trump and Governor Doug Burgum go before North Dakota voters today looking for lopsided victories in a state with a long history of backing Republicans. Burgum is running 4 years after he won his first term as a businessman looking to reinvent government. With the pandemic running unchecked in North Dakota, Democrat Shelley Lentz has criticized Burgum's management. You have until 7 tonight to vote in North Dakota. And there are also 2 constitutional measures on the ballot. The first is the North Dakota Board of Higher Education membership amendment. The amendment would expand the number of members on the state's Board of Education from 8 to 15. It would also increase length of their term and prohibit state officials and legislators from being members. The second ballot measure details with future constitutional amendments. A yes vote supports the amendment, requiring citizen-initiated amendments to be submitted to the legislature for approval if they pass. And if the legislature rejects the measure, it will be put on the ballot again in the next election, possibly years later. And North Dakota Democrats say they're optimistic they're going to see a large victory tonight for presidential candidate Joe Biden. I got the chance to sit down with Zach Rackenroot about North Dakota Congress. He's running for North Dakota Congress. The 27-year-old told me that he jumped in because of how unprecedented everything is shaping out in 2020. He says that although North Dakota is a red state, increased participation will lead to more balance across the state.
North Dakota has had a Democratic MPL history too, not all that long ago. If our candidates across the slate can make their case to the people of North Dakota, I think that we all stand a shot.
For more from Dr. Shelley Lentz for North Dakota Governor and Democratic NPL Party Chairwoman Kylie Overson, tune in to Valley News Live 5 and 6. And voters in Minnesota are deciding whether to make President Donald Trump the first Republican to carry the state since 1972 or to hold the unusual line in former Democratic Vice President Joe Biden. Other top races on today's ballot include the U.S. Senate race between Tina Smith and Jason Lewis, all 8 congressional seats, including the 7th district between Collin Peterson and Michelle Fischbach, and struggle for control of Minnesota legislature. You have until tonight to vote in Minnesota. And one of Minnesota's 2 Senate seats is up for grabs today. Democrats have the majority in the House of Representatives and are hoping to flip the Senate as well. So this race is important for both parties. The latest polls show that Democrat Tina Smith is likely to retain her Senate seat. She spoke to voters last night in St. Paul.
We're fighting for the core value that everybody in this country, everybody in this state that we love so much has the freedom and the opportunity to build the lives that you want.
Her Republican challenger Jason Lewis spoke out against the incumbent in her party, saying that the Democrats don't represent American values.
It is the party of lawlessness and violence. It is the party at war with the Constitution and the rule of law. And this country and this state will not last if we reward them with power in 2020.
Lewis's rally was his first in-person campaign appearance since undergoing emergency surgery last week. And Minnesota's 7th congressional district will vote for a new representative today. Courtney Lockie is live from Spicer to tell us more about that race. Courtney?
Hi, Callie. I just got to Spicer, Minnesota, and I'm at the Little Crow Country Club because we are less than 4 hours away from the watch party for the former Lieutenant Governor and the state senator, Michelle Fischbach. Now, I got to tell you, Callie, I'm not really sure what to expect with this watch party. We've already got some people behind me that are getting ready for it, but several were canceled all around the nation because of COVID or moved virtual. Now, I know this one has limited access, so we'll have to see, but it's going to be one to watch as Fischbach is attempting to do what no Republican has been able to do in the last 3 decades, and that is defeat Collin Peterson. Now, we will have more on this race and what you can expect from the watch party later tonight on Valley News Live at 5 and at 6. For now, reporting live in Spicer, Minnesota, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
All right, we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Courtney. And it's election day and the stakes are high with the president just barely trailing to the polls. We'll tell you what campaigns are doing to attract last-minute voters. Next on Valley News Live at 4.
But in weather, wonderful temperatures as we went into the election day with temperatures in the 70s. I'll have details on the big melt right after this.